The morning of my 28th birthday started like a dream I never wanted to wake up from. I opened my eyes to soft, golden light spilling across the white duvet, the smell of fresh coffee drifting in from the kitchen, and Ethan's warm lips brushing my temple. He was propped on one elbow, his dark hair messy from sleep, that dimpled smile already in place. In his hand was a single long-stemmed red rose and a tiny cream envelope sealed with a gold wax heart. "Happy birthday, gorgeous," he whispered, voice still husky. He placed the rose on my pillow and handed me the note. My fingers trembled a little as I slid the card out. Inside, in his perfect handwriting, "Wear the red dress tonight, 7 p.m. sharp. Rooftop. I love you more than yesterday, less than tomorrow. E." Underneath, he had drawn a tiny heart with our initials inside. I clutched it to my chest like a teenager, giggling. Ethan kissed my forehead again, lingering. "Today is going to be perfect, Liv, I promise." Then he rolled out of bed in his gray sweatpants and disappeared to make breakfast. I lay there for a full minute, just smelling the rose, sweet, velvety, expensive, and feeling like the luckiest woman alive. 3 weeks earlier, I had peed on 6 different sticks in our marble bathroom while Ethan waited outside the door chewing his nails. When I opened it with shaking hands and showed him the 2 pink lines, he dropped to his knees, right there on the cold tile, pressed his face against my still flat stomach, and cried. Actual tears. "We're having a baby," he kept repeating, voice cracking. We didn't tell anyone yet. We wanted my birthday to be the big reveal. I had already pictured it 1,000 times. The fairy lights, the champagne glasses raised, me holding up the tiny white Nike sneakers, everyone screaming. My mom would sob into her napkin, his dad would slap him on the back so hard he'd stumble, and Chloe, my best friend since 8th grade, my maid of honor, my sister in every way that mattered, would lose her mind in the best way. I spent weeks planning every detail. The rooftop of La Belle was booked 6 months ago. I sent gold-foiled invitations that said, "Liv's 28th, dress code, come hungry, leave happy." I coordinated flights, mom from Dallas, his parents from Orlando, my brother from Denver. I even made a secret Pinterest board titled Baby Carter Reveal with photos of confetti cannons and custom cookies shaped like rattles. Every night, Ethan would crawl into bed, spoon me from behind, rest his hand on my belly, and whisper, "You're giving me everything I ever wanted." I believed him with every cell in my body. That afternoon, I floated through the city like I was the main character in my own movie. First the salon, washed, blown out, soft Hollywood waves that smelled like vanilla and coconut. Then the nail bar, almond-shaped, cherry red gel to match the dress. I stopped at the baby boutique on Melrose and bought the tiniest pair of white leather high-top Nikes I had ever seen. Size 0, soft soles, gold swoosh. The saleswoman wrapped them in pale pink tissue and tied it with satin ribbon. I held the little box against my chest the whole Uber ride home, imagining the moment I would set it in the center of the table and watch 40 faces explode with joy. At 4:17 p.m., the doorbell rang. Chloe. She burst in like a hurricane of perfume and excitement, blonde curls bouncing, arms full of gift bags and a bottle of Vouv. "Birthday girl," she squealed, pulling me into a bone-crushing hug. She smelled like her signature Miss Door and hairspray. We ran to my bedroom, where the red silk dress was already hanging on the back of the door. Off the shoulder, thigh slit, the dress I tried on and immediately knew was the one. Chloe zipped me up, spinning me to the mirror. "Ethan is going to pass out," she laughed, filming me on her phone. We blasted Taylor Swift's Lover and danced around the room while I did my makeup. Winged liner sharp enough to kill, lips the exact shade of the rose on my nightstand. My phone buzzed on the dresser. Unknown number. I thought it was my cousin Mia sending early birthday love from Australia. I swiped open the message with a smile still on my face. Room 2408. Same hotel as last time. Don't forget the red tie I love on you. Can't wait to celebrate your girl's birthday without her tonight. C. My stomach flipped. I knew that red tie. It was silk, Hermes, the one I bought him for our first anniversary. My thumb trembled as I scrolled up. Hundreds of messages, months of them. Hotel confirmation screenshots, a selfie of Chloe wearing nothing but that exact red tie, lying on white hotel sheets, winking at the camera. My vision blurred. I kept scrolling, heart hammering so hard I could hear it in my ears. Then I saw the photo that ripped the oxygen from my lungs. Chloe in a bathroom mirror, 10 weeks pregnant, holding a positive test toward the camera. Caption to Ethan, "Ours beats hers. Told you the timing would be perfect." 10 weeks. I was only 8. The lipstick fell from my hand and rolled across the hardwood. Chloe's voice behind me sounded miles away. "Liv? Babe? You okay?" I turned slowly. Her face drained of every drop of color when she saw my phone. The champagne flute slipped from her fingers and shattered into 1,000 pieces, exactly like my heart was doing in that moment. The room smelled like shattered glass and Miss Dior mixed with pure rage. Chloe stood frozen in front of my full-length mirror, blonde curls falling over a face that had gone the color of printer paper. The broken champagne flute glittered between us like a crime scene. My phone was still in my hand, screen glowing with her naked selfie and the sonogram that proved she was carrying my fiancé's baby 2 weeks ahead of me. I took one step forward. My voice came out low, deadly calm. 10 weeks, Chloe? 10? She opened her mouth, closed it, opened it again. "Liv, I can't explain." "Explain?" The word exploded out of me. I lunged. My palms slammed into her shoulders so hard she flew backward, heels skidding on the hardwood, crashing into the vanity. Bottles of foundation and perfume rained down around her. A $180 bottle of Tom Ford shattered, filling the room with oud and betrayal. She tried to scramble up, mascara already streaking. "It wasn't planned. It just happened." "It just happened?" I laughed, sharp and ugly. "You just happened to sleep with my fiancé for months? You just happened to get pregnant first, so ours beats hers?" I grabbed the little white Nike sneakers from the gift box on my bed, the ones meant for my announcement, and hurled them at her head. One hit the mirror behind her, cracking it into a spiderweb. "You were going to sit at my birthday dinner tonight and watch me announce my baby while yours grew inside you?" Tears poured down her face, but I felt nothing. "I'm sorry, Liv. I'm so sorry." Sorry doesn't bring back the last 6 months you both lied to my face? I stormed past her into the living room, bare feet crunching on glass, and threw open Ethan's MacBook. The password was still our anniversary date because he was that arrogant. Joint savings, $92,400. Wedding fund, house fund, baby fund. My cursor hovered for half a second, then I clicked transfer to Liv Carter sole account. I watched the loading circle spin like it was the sweetest revenge porn I'd ever seen. Confirmation popped up, transfer complete. Balance, 0 cents. I actually smiled. The front door clicked open. Keys jingled. Ethan's voice sang through the apartment, light and happy. "Happy birthday to you!" He rounded the corner, holding the biggest balloon bouquet I'd ever seen. 28 metallic balloons that said "fabulous" in rose gold. He was in his navy suit, hair perfect, dimples on full blast. The smile died the second he saw the war zone. Chloe, cowering by the bedroom door, makeup destroyed. Me, standing over the laptop with cake-smeared fury written across my face. The 3-tier red velvet birthday cake I'd hidden in the fridge sat on the island, $480, fondant roses, gold lettering that said 28 and loved. I picked it up with both hands. "Happy birthday to me," I said, and smashed it into his chest with every ounce of strength in my body. Red velvet exploded like a bomb. Frosting splattered the balloons, the walls, his stupid perfect hair. He stumbled backward, arms windmilling, slipped on the mess, and landed hard on his back in a puddle of buttercream and lies. "Liv, what the hell?" I was already on my phone, thumb smashing Instagram Live. 36K followers. I flipped the camera. "Hey guys, quick update. Tonight was supposed to be my pregnancy announcement dinner. Instead, I just found out my maid of honor is 10 weeks pregnant with my fiancé's baby. Say hi, Ethan." I panned down to him on the floor, suit ruined, face smeared red like a horror movie. Viewer count rocketed. 1K, 10K, 40K in 45 seconds. Comments screaming past so fast they blurred. "Drag him! Girl, run! Screen record this!" Chloe tried to crawl away. I put my heel between her shoulder blades, not hard enough to hurt the baby, just hard enough for her to feel the weight of what she'd done. Ethan tried to stand, slipped again, grabbed my ankle. "Turn it off, you're crazy." Crazy? I knelt, grabbed a fistful of ruined suit, and yanked his face close to mine. "You took out a $2.5 million life insurance policy on me 6 months ago. Beneficiary? Chloe." His pupils blew wide. I let go, and he flopped back into the cake. I opened the hidden folder on his desktop, right there on the live, held the laptop to the camera. Prenup draft. House in her name. My inheritance transferred to her upon divorce, or, God forbid, my death. 100K viewers now. I ended the live at 128K, screenshot the peak, posted it to my story with the caption, "Best birthday gift, the truth. Part 2 tomorrow." Then I opened the bridal party group chat, 8 girls who loved me, and dropped the bomb. The prenup PDF, the Bali honeymoon tickets for 2 booked for next month, Chloe's sonogram with her caption, "Ours beats hers." I watched the typing bubbles appear and disappear as every single one of them left the chat without a word. Ethan was sobbing into the hardwood now, frosting in his mouth. Chloe was curled in the fetal position, whispering, "I didn't mean for this to happen." I stood over them both, chest heaving, and said the sentence that ended everything. "By tomorrow morning, you'll both wish you'd never met me." I grabbed my overnight bag, stepped over the wreckage, and walked out the door without looking back. But not before I heard Ethan's laptop ping one final time. An email. Subject line, "Policy payout conditions updated."
I didn't sleep that night. I sat on the edge of a $900 a night hotel bed at the Four Seasons, knees pulled to my chest, staring at the email that had pinged right as I walked out. Subject, "Policy payout conditions updated. accidental death clause activated. The attachment was a rider added 3 days ago. If I died by misadventure, car accident, fall, poisoning, anything that could look accidental, the $2.5 million would pay out immediately, no investigation required. Signed by Ethan, witnessed by Chloe. My hands shook so hard I dropped the phone. For the first time since finding the messages, actual fear crawled up my spine. This wasn't just cheating. They had talked about getting rid of me after the wedding money came in. At 6:03 a.m., I was already dressed, hair in a messy bun, no makeup, walking into the downtown police station with my lawyer, Vanessa Reed, the most expensive shark in Los Angeles. I handed the detective the thumb drive. Every text thread, every hotel receipt, the life insurance policy, the prenup draft, the writer. By 8:47 a.m., 2 patrol cars were at our old apartment. Neighbors filmed it on their phones. Ethan being walked out in handcuffs, still wearing the same frosting-stained shirt from last night, hair crusted with red velvet. Chloe was picked up from her separated husband's house 20 minutes later, screaming as they put her in the back of a cruiser. The videos hit Twitter before lunch. #BirthdayBetrayal was trending nationwide. Vanessa didn't stop there. While the police built their fraud and conspiracy case, she went full nuclear on the civil side. Day 1, emergency restraining orders against both of them. Day 2, I exercised my sole legal claim to the new house. My $130,000 inheritance was the entire down payment. Ethan had only co-signed for the loan. Escrow reopened in my name only. Day 3, every joint account frozen, every credit card canceled, every wedding vendor personally called. I cried on the phone to the florist, the photographer, the venue manager. Every single one refunded me in full and sent flowers to the hotel with notes that said, "You deserve the world, Queen." But the internet? The internet did the rest. That original 22-minute Instagram Live had been screen recorded and reposted everywhere. By Tuesday, it was on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Reddit's AITA, and True Off My Chest. Someone stitched it with the police body cam footage that leaked, don't ask how. It hit 47 million views in 4 days. My follower count went from 36K to 2.1 million literally overnight. Brands I used to dream about started DMing me. Morning shows called. People recognized me at the grocery store and hugged me in the cereal aisle. Chloe's life collapsed like a house of cards in a hurricane. Her separated husband filed emergency custody papers for their 2 little boys the second he saw the sonogram caption, "Ours beats hers." The judge granted it temporarily. Her elementary school put her on unpaid administrative leave pending investigation. Turns out you can't teach 3rd grade while trending for homewrecking. Her own mother posted a public Facebook status, "I am heartbroken and ashamed. I no longer have a daughter named Chloe." Within a week, she had deactivated every social account, changed her phone number, and moved into a studio apartment above her cousin's garage 3 hours away. Last photo anyone saw of her, paparazzi catching her at 7-Eleven in sweatpants, no makeup, looking like she'd aged 10 years. Ethan fared worse. His company fired him the moment HR saw the life insurance policy. They escorted him out with a cardboard box while the entire office watched. His parents stopped answering his calls. His college friends made a group chat called the Dead to Us Club and added everyone but him. Someone leaked his new Tinder profile, taken down in 6 hours after it was ratioed into oblivion. I moved into the new house alone at 7 months pregnant. The same house they had planned to steal from me. I painted the nursery myself, soft blush pink walls, white trim, the fairy lights from my ruined birthday dinner now strung above the crib like a crown.
Every night, I sat in the rocking chair, hand on my belly, feeling Aurora kick, and whispered, "This is ours now, baby girl. No one can ever take it from us again." But the revenge wasn't over. The detectives called me in for one final interview. They had recovered deleted text messages from Ethan's iCloud backup, messages between him and Chloe from 2 months ago. Chloe, once the wedding money and the house close, we can stage something. Car accident, maybe? Ethan, after the baby's born, it looks less suspicious. Insurance pays double if she dies in childbirth. Chloe, perfect. Then it's just us and our 2 kids. When the detective read them aloud, I threw up in the station bathroom for 20 minutes. That night, I posted a 30-second TikTok from the nursery, fairy lights glowing behind me, hand on my belly, caption, "They planned my funeral before they planned our wedding, but God had other plans." 68 million views in 48 hours. I fell asleep in the rocking chair with Aurora kicking like she was already cheering her mama on. The day I was supposed to become Mrs. Ethan Carter, I woke up at 5:42 a.m. to the sound of rain against the nursery window and the strongest contraction I'd felt yet. My water broke right there on the blush pink rug I'd bought for storytime cuddles. I was 39 weeks exactly. Aurora Rose Carter decided she wasn't waiting for any man's schedule. I called my mom, who was already staying in the guest room. She ran in with towels and tears, and by 6:15, we were speeding through Los Angeles dawn traffic, windshield wipers beating like my heart. Contractions came every 4 minutes. I gripped the door handle so hard my knuckles went white, breathing through the pain while my mom kept saying, "You've got this, baby. You have survived worse than labor." At Cedars-Sinai, they wheeled me straight to delivery. 8 hours. 8 hours of screaming, crying, pushing, and every single time the pain peaked, I pictured Ethan's cake-covered face and Chloe's sonogram, and I pushed harder. At 2:57 p.m. on what would have been my wedding day, Aurora came out screaming, red-faced, perfect, 7 pounds 11 ounces, with a full head of dark hair, just like his daddy's used to be before I ruined his life. The nurse laid her on my chest, and the whole world went quiet. Skin to skin, her tiny fist against my heart, and I sobbed so hard the monitors started beeping. My mom filmed it through tears. That footage is still the most viewed reel on my channel, 128 million and counting. Ethan tried to show up at the hospital with flowers and fake tears. Security met him in the lobby, showed him the restraining order, and escorted him out while a dozen new moms in the waiting room live-streamed it. The clip ends with him dropping the roses on the floor and running. I never even saw his face. The first 3 months of motherhood were raw and beautiful and exhausting. Midnight feeds under fairy lights, milk-drunk baby sighs, the smell of Johnson's baby shampoo, and coffee because I never slept. I documented every second. The first smile, the first bath, the first time she rolled over. I posted it all with the caption, Chapter 2, Just Us. My followers became my village. Strangers sent diapers, breast pumps, handwritten letters that said, "You taught me I could leave too." 6 months postpartum, I hit publish on my first real YouTube video, the full birthday betrayal story, how I took my life back. 22 million views in the first week. Monetization kicked in instantly. Brands I used to pray would notice me started paying 5 figures for a single mention. I turned the walk-in closet that was supposed to be Chloe's glam room into a filming studio. Ring light, blush pink backdrop, Aurora's playpen in the corner. Every thumbnail is me in red lipstick holding my daughter, because red is the color of revenge and rebirth now. 2 years later, this is where Ethan and Chloe are. Ethan washes cars at a hand wash in Reseda. A mutual friend sent me a photo last month. Him in a dirty polo, hair thinning, name tag crooked. He lives in a studio the size of my old closet, drives a 2003 Civic with bumper stickers he can't afford to remove. His dating profiles, yes, plural, get reported so fast they disappear in hours. No one will touch him. Chloe moved back to her tiny hometown in Central California. She gave birth to a boy last year, alone. Her husband kept their 2 older sons and won full custody. The judge cited the text messages about staging my death. She works night shift at a 24-hour diner. Someone sent me a photo of her in the polyester uniform, hair in a net, name tag that still says Chloe. She looked right into the camera like she knew one day I'd see it. I didn't feel joy. I didn't feel pity. I felt nothing. That's how I knew I'd truly won. Aurora is 2 now. She says "Mama" in the softest voice and dances under those same fairy lights every night before bed. We still order ridiculous red velvet cake every year on my birthday. She wears a tiny red dress and smears frosting on my cheek and laughs like the world has never hurt her. I made sure it never will. And to every single one of you watching this right now, if someone is lying to your face, stealing your future, planning your funeral before your wedding, listen to me. You are not crazy. You are not hormonal. You are not too much. You are the fire they tried to put out. And baby, sometimes you have to let the whole damn forest burn so new trees can grow taller, stronger, and completely yours. I was the girl who planned to announce her pregnancy of her birthday and ended up announcing her power instead. Thank you for holding my hand through the darkest year of my life. Thank you for every comment that said, "Leave him," every DM that said, "You saved me," every dollar that helped me raise my daughter in the house that was supposed to be stolen from us. This is the final part of the story, but it's only the beginning of ours. Aurora and I are headed to Disneyland tomorrow, just the 2 of us in matching red dresses, because princesses don't wait for princes. They build their own castles. See you in the next video. And remember, the best revenge is a life so beautiful they have to watch it from the outside forever. I love you. We made it.